Peter Fury, Gradus Kraus. Into this cruiserweight contest. He's one of the hottest light heavyweight prospects in the world. How will he do against the big guy, Scott Forrest, who was meant to be fighting in Dubai tonight? That fell through, so he's answered the call here. He's in great shape, he really fancies it, but can he deal with the speed, the angles, and the power of Krauss?
Look, no pressure, calling yourself the greatest after just 7 professional fights, but what I've seen of like the dismissive manner in which he dispatched the former Southern Area champion Ross McGuigan last time in Hull really put everyone, not just in the arena, watching around the world on the zone on notice. This guy can really hit.
Scott Anthony Forrest can hit as well if he gets the opportunity. Good uppercut from Krauss, who looks relaxed and flowing, Maxine. Haymakers and says, come on then, and Krauss does.
That was a heavy knockdown there.
Yeah, he's inviting Gradus Kraus forward. I'm not sure if that's the right idea. It's under this roof that he put D4 Miller away inside too, but now he's in real trouble with his own Scott Forrest.
Gradus Kraus has been impressing, sparring top quality fighters, and Peter Fury told me earlier over a coffee that he'll be fighting for a world title next year. He's that confident about him, and at the moment he's doing a number on Scott Forrest, who's in big trouble again, shakes his head, but he's got a minute to survive a torrid first round.
How relaxed he is while he's on the job. He's unbelievably relaxed, and he's varying up the power. Sometimes he's letting him go touching his back, or it's not so that left hook coming that put down.
Turned out more. He's trying to bewilder, befuddle Forrest, who just can't get set, but he's game and trying his hardest in there.
Yeah, I want to survive this onslaught and make it back to the corner in one piece, 20 seconds to go, but it's been a torrid first round for Scott Forrest. Gradus Kraus was strong, powerful, capable.
He's still there, Forrest. He's still trying, and he's still talking to Krauss in there. Tries to get one in on his own, but back comes Krauss with heavier looking artillery. What an exciting first round. Krauss with the knockdown. Forrest just about makes it back to the rectify this storm and use that weight advantage that he's got in there.
Yeah, 2 Commonwealth Games appearances as an amateur. I can't say that he wasn't really good amateur. I've seen that other eventually got stopped in the first round last time out on the boxing shows.
He's really impressive throughout his career so far, the Dutchman, the 24-year-old. I just don't think Peter Fury at this stage is like, will be wasting his time with someone he didn't really believe in. And he's been around Gradus Kraus for years.
See, Peter don't work with a lot of fighters. He chooses to work with who believes it, and the fighters he's always had success. And, you can see why he likes to work with Gradus Kraus. He's exciting, it's lovely to watch.
Yep, jab to the body after the hook. Forrest still pressing forward. Being caught on the way in. Just wonder whether one big hook from Krauss, maybe round the temple, will do the job here. But Forrest is still, to his credit, fighting away and trying to find a way.
Perhaps not getting dropped in the first round, but maybe it's all in the plan. Survive the onslaught that Gradus is going to bring in the first round. Take him to places he hasn't been, he's never been. The distance. Keep your composure and stick the pressure on him when his tank is just a touch lower than it would be. Because you see in the first round he come out with such intent. And it doesn't matter who you are, that's the thing you can't physically keep up for 6 rounds.
4 first round stoppages, 3 second fighter.
Since we're into it last minute now, and then this, technically he's in an unfamiliar ground there, but the pedigree that he's got and the way he's boxing.
There's a cut, there's a big nosebleed, uppercuts from Krauss. He's really going for his repertoire here. Looking very impressive, and Scott Forrest just can't deal with the angles and spin.
Variation in shots, he's up and down, he hooks around the side, straight shots. He's showing us it all, you know, every punch is booked down here.
Get frustrated here. Forrest has been chewed up, but he's still trying. It's so brave this from the Scotsman.
He's been beaten to the punch, but every punch he's been beaten to is a damaging one, so he's definitely more unsteady on the legs than he was even 30 seconds ago. That nose is trickling with blood.
There was one to the temple I was mentioning earlier, and another one, and Forrest lets just go again, and Krauss trying, but Forrest back with a couple of hooks. Drama here in Sheffield. You can't take your eye, Dave Allen. Almost unrecognisable. What Jamie Moore and Nigel Travers have put him through. A fortnight to go till his big fight in the Sheffield Arena against Makhmudov. But we've got a tasty one in front of us here. Gradus Kraus with a knockdown in the first round, dominant in the second, but Scott Forrest hanging on.
There's the shots that his corner's asking there. He's trying to come up and over and round the guard.
He's
onto one
from
there.
Forrest. Krauss shakes his head, and that's what we wanted to see. One on the chin. And Scott Forrest will still believe that he's got a chance here.
He's took it well though, and he's coming straight back. And again now, this is all unknown territory for Krauss. He's never been into the third round. Let's see how he fares.
He got off the scales last night, Scott Forrest, and he said, I cannot wait for this. And he's fighting like that. He might not be winning, but how much courage and guts has he shown tonight, Scott Forrest?
Yeah, loads, a ton, and that nugget of success that just filled him back up with some belief that it hasn't been going his way at all so far, but there's definitely something in this fight for Scott Forrest.
Well, it's further than Gradus Kraus has been as a professional, and maybe Forrest believes if he can take him deep here in this sixth rounder, he's got a chance of the big upset.
He's wanting to use his size that he's got. You can see him, he's tucking up, he's trying to block, and he's chipping away, he's trying to overcome.
Body shots from Forrest. Soaked up. So much punishment. There's a good left hook there from Krauss, but no effect. He still keeps coming forward, chugging away Scott Forrest. Look at that. Just wonder if there's one or two nerves in the Krauss team. Easy just a little bit worried about this late notice job against Scott Forrest. I mean, after that first round, you wouldn't have given them a chance, but somehow there's still hope for the Scotsman.
He's recovered, and he's coming back, and he's really digging in and having a go. Fair play to him.
Yeah, there's been more than just grit and determination in this third round. There's been some real thought behind the shots. He's landed some big shots to Scott Forrest. It's been good to see Gradus eat those shots, but just going back to me mentioning that the knocking style, but formal instruction. Actually, good to see him implement that straight away. The listen to coach / father.
Look at this from Forrest. Big hooks here. And Gradus Kraus has got to soak them up, and this is going to test his stamina. What a night it's going to be. October the 11th. Glasgow next week. Back to Sheffield the week after. Back to this one, second half of what's been a really entertaining cruiserweight meeting in the Scottish colours. Edinburgh Scott Forrest, who has really survived a storm here against Gradus Kraus. What happens next? Good work from Krauss, beginning of the fourth. Is Forrest now hurt again?
It's going to be interesting now to see what Krauss's engine's like. Just where the camera then flipped to his corner. He wants to get a few big inhales of air. So, is he feeling it? This is further than he's ever been in the professional. He is letting some big shots, you know. The more you load up, the more them shots do take it out, yeah, especially when your opponent taking and absorbing them like Forrest is. And coming back with his own big shot.
Forrest, 7 wins so far in his club career. This will be an unbelievable one from where he was. Uppercut from Krauss. Krauss is so far ahead on points. Forrest has got to stop him surely, or he needs knockdowns.
Yeah, he has to. I'm really impressed with the fact that Gradus Kraus is not neglecting using that jab to the body too. It's easy when you've got a fighter in the position that Scott Forrest is in to almost go too gung-ho, but he's not neglecting the basics too.
We should remember as well, he's giving a huge amount of weight away to Scott Forrest. When he got on the scales yesterday, he wanted to get on with his shoes on, and he had bottles of Coke in his pockets to try and make him a little bit heavier. It's an old Derek Chisora trick, but there is a big difference, and just because he hasn't knocked him out yet doesn't mean he can't really punch.
And that's it. I mean, look at the size and the strength and the shape of Scott Forrest's legs. They're your shock absorbers. They're what help you set shots. I think that's what we're seeing tonight. You know, Krauss have shown amazing power. That power, look there tonight. Against the cruiserweight, they're obviously used to a big picture in front of them.
Just knock back on his heels there, Scott Forrest. If he can, back him up again. Krauss, he might have the job done. Wicked body shot. Lovely, picked really well at the right hand over the top. I love his variation.
I think the body shot could be the secret. We like them big looping shots over the top, and we've seen one to the temple can make you unsteady, can put you on the back of your feet, but them body shots will be whipped in and the noise they're making.
And I think there's a tired look again with Scott Forrest. Those body shots taking their toll. This could be the moment for Gradus Kraus. 10 seconds left in the fourth. Forrest going for it with some big hooks, fighting on instinct a bit. It's another good round for Gradus Kraus. And Scott Forrest has been beaten up here.
Correction.
Fury shout out instructions to his stablemate Gradus Kraus in the skirt outfit with the fluorescent socks. And yep, he is trying to finish it. And the referee will be taking a closer look because Forrest has shit shots and a lot tonight to head and body.
Cracking comes in with the left hook, though, you know, he's not quitting, he's not laying down for nobody. You know, you can see it a little bit, his body language is sagging a little bit, but he's still in there, he's still trying, he's biting down, he's showing some of that Scottish grit.
This is good from Krauss though, no sign of real tiredness, boxing well. Forrest trying to get one big hook in off the haymakers, but Krauss is too smooth for that.
Yeah, even the switch of the stance with Gradus Kraus just shows that he's in full flow. He's in that flow state where he's even not really picking the shots that they just come into mind.
The light heavyweight division could be the best in boxing. Domestically, it's an absolute minefield. And of course, we've got Bivol and Patebiev and the greats. Benavidez and Yard coming up on Riyadh season, November 22nd. But you know what? This Gradus Kraus could be a problem for a lot of them. I'm not sure many people will want to fight him.
He's going to have to get himself into a mandatory position, I think, because again, nobody's going to freely give him an opportunity, are they?
It's a bit like Shaquille Thompson we saw earlier. This is a bit of a danger to fight him. Here he comes again. Krauss hurts Forrest. A minute 20 left in the round. Can he do it here and now in the fifth round? Referee looking closely. Forrest has got to show something.
His legs are gone there. He's
He's looking
big
in the
left
corner.
hook.
I think he should be stopped.
Yeah, there's no need to take him any more unnecessary punishment. His legs went there. I don't think he's fully got him back. He looks a bit unstable there.
Yeah, I think the referee needs to save Scott Forrest, who's been so brave. Or the corner, body shot. Nothing coming back from the Scotsman. Gradus Kraus is surely
Got to be it.
No towel, no referee coming in. Come on, save him for another
Got to
day.
save him there. You can see his body language. His eyes are starting to close shut there now as well.
This is where you need a brave corner and a brave referee. He needs saving for another
Come on,
day.
let's stop it here
Gradus
now.
Kraus is all
Just
over
stop it
this.
there. You can see him banging down these shots. I think he wants to go
3-4 clean shots.
20 seconds left in the
foot
round.
around the eye as well. He's taking unnecessary punishment here. You see his body language is gone.
tonight, Scott Forrest, and they should save him for his own good and for another day. The health and safety of the fighter is the most important thing, and he's trying his hardest to get through this. And if Gradus Kraus takes his foot off the pedal, maybe, but
you can hear the crowd here giving applause just for him going out for the round. You know, that shows again that on a backlash there, he's taking unnecessary punishment.
Yeah, he just felt his eye. You could see him feel his eye there. I'm sure this is pure pride that's bringing Scott Forrest out now, but it really isn't nice to see. He's unsteady on the legs, marking on the face and body.
Gradus Kraus has won pretty much every minute of every round. Don't take anything away from the grit, the determination and the effort and courage that Scott Forrest has shown tonight. But for me, there is no point. And I think that the referee and the corner got to think about their warrior. Another right hand. There's an opportunity and another one.
He's a proud man. He'll want to see that final bell.
Here's Yassif's on his feet. I think he's also so many shots. Forrest comes back with one. It's so brave from the Scotsman. It's been a titanic effort at 48 hours notice. But again,
his legs go again, pushed up to his heels.
as Oscar said, unnecessary punishment for another round.
I'm running out of fingers to count the amount of flush shots that have just landed in the last 20 seconds, let alone over these 6 rounds. It's been real punishment. Scott Forrest.
I don't really understand what the referee's doing, because he's had so many opportunities to stop it, and it's been so one-sided in terms of punches landed.
Even the shots that he's coming back with, they're not really hitting back, they're puffing in the blocks. They're not having any effect whatsoever. He's just taking clean, unnecessary shots.
Into the neutral corner, trying to smother him, get through it. A minute left, and his bravery deserves to hear the final bell, but whether it should be happening, I don't think so.
He's just took 2 big clean ups either out there.
See, now we're into that period where we're 40 seconds left in the fight. I feel like I want to see him see the end of the fight because of the punishment, the unnecessary punishment we've seen over the last 2 rounds.
Gradus Kraus, unbelievably, might have to go the distance for the first time as a pro. Scott Forrest has got 25 seconds left. The referee doesn't look like he's going to stop it.
Dare I say go the distance through no fault of his own, as we've been saying this fight should not have gone.
Yeah, again,
6 rounds.
He's in there against the cruiserweight, and his powers come through. You know, he's done everything but stopping. He's had him down. He's hit him with every shot in put. You know, I just feel like, you know, that Scott Forrest took unnecessary punishment there tonight. He's on distance, but
We've got the restart right scorecard, which reads 60 points to 53 points in favour of your winner from the Netherlands, Gradus, the greatest.